Hello, this is MrChabry. What are we going to do? Well, we've got some stuff that we're doing today, and that involves an ice-type gym. We did some stuff. We've got some dancers chilling out here. Can we get in their way? Oh, we can. Look at this. So they just hop back into position pretty easily. That's actually kind of cool. But we're going to step up here. Like I said, ice-type gym. Pineapple was up front. I do think I want jalapeno up front for this. Pineapple kind of get some experience with that experience share. And hopefully, by the end of this, we will have an evolved Pineapple. Let's go ahead and talk to Wade, I believe his name is. Clyde. Clyde is his name. Sorry, Clyde. I did not mean to call you Wade. Anyway, ice-type. If you have rock, steel types, they will work. You have fire types, fighting types, those will work as well. The puzzle here is that it's not like other ice-type gym puzzles where you step on the ice and you go directly ahead. Here we have some little arches that actually curve and spin you around. So instead of thinking, I'm just going to go straight, you have to kind of think about, all right, where do I want to go and what curve will have me travel in a different direction that I did not intend on traveling. And that's what the main idea of this specific gym is going to be. We've got a Cubchoo here. It's got the move Endure, which is kind of annoying because it's just going to make it where it takes another hit to take it out. But it's not actually a threat, so we're just going to easily demolish it. Pineapple's at level 34, which is actually kind of cool. Cubchoo is here. And this guy is last Cubchoo. Or no, he's got some more Cubchoos. He's got 3 Cubchoos, maybe? I don't know. We're going to go ahead and multi-strike this thing with our hand, knocking it down. He's also going to have a Cryogonal. So this might be the first time you've seen some of these Pokemon. Cubchoo and Cryogonal are all pure ice. This Cryogonal has really good special defense. So if you're wanting to hit it with a special move, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not doing much damage to it. But its physical defense is like a snowflake. It's just so frail on that side. It'll try to build that up with acid armor, but if you can keep smacking it on that physical defense side, this is not going to be an issue for you at all. So you're just going to be able to demolish this thing pretty easily. Now that it's gone down, Pineapple's getting a few experience points. Hopefully Pineapple will evolve in this gym. Anyway, let's go ahead and step on this. This will actually rotate the arch and bring us over here. So now if we step over here, we're going to battle this little battle girl here. She has a Cryogonal. Cryogonal, there's a lot of them in here actually, which not the strongest Pokemon, but I feel like it does kind of portray the ice type because it's like a giant floating snowflake with, I don't know what, it's like those little ice cubes in its mouth. Anyway, Heat Crash should do the job. I think Heat Crash might actually do better than Arm Thrust just because it does do more damage. And the fact that Emboar is so heavy, it should, you know, do a lot of damage. Alright, so another Heat Crash will finish off the job. Cryogonal stood no chance. So we take that thing down. Pretty nice, pretty easy. Oh, and we just step up here, and then it'll be like a traditional ice thing. We'll keep going. But, you know, that's pretty much it. You just keep going, and then here we are. Trying to find our way back forward. I do like the little ramp that they added. That's pretty cool. That is actually really cool. Seeing what they were doing here with Gen 5. Gen 5 was basically taking the Pokemon formula as it existed at the time, and seeing how far they can push it. And I do feel like Gen 5 was a good send-off to that traditional style of Pokemon, the pixel top-down era. And then, of course, after that, going into Gen 6, that's when you get your 3D models, and it's kind of like an in-between. They're not quite to 100% 3D with Gen 6, but you can tell it's developing that way. I see Gen 6 and 7 and 8 as kind of a transition period for Pokemon, where they're moving into a direction that it's obvious that they're moving towards, you know, 3D open world, but they're not quite there until they get to Gen 9. But Gen 5 was pretty much the perfection of the traditional style of Pokemon game, the top-down adventure with, you know, pixels, you know, 2D sprites. This is pretty much the culmination of everything Pokemon that has come before. And I do believe that's probably why a lot of people look back at Gen 5 with nostalgia. Because you're looking at a generation where they perfected what had come before. And it was a good send-off for that style of Pokemon game. And honestly, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, what Pokemon Black and White did well, they took it to the next level. To a level that you honestly didn't know existed until you played those games. I do believe if you're looking at kind of the cycle that Pokemon takes, and you know, when they do remakes, soon it does seem like they might end up doing a remake of Pokemon Black and White. And I am interested in how that's going to turn out. I do know people weren't that excited for the Gen 4 remakes, just because instead of doing certain things that would, you know, change some of the formula, they kind of used the same exact formula. We're going to see that change there. They didn't really change much. Kind of like in, you know, the Ruby and Sapphire remakes. They added a lot that really made it feel like it's its own game. You can play Ruby and Sapphire and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and you're getting totally different experiences. And I do feel like a lot of people weren't happy with the Gen 4 remakes because you didn't really get that. Same thing with, you know, the Gen 2 remakes and even the Gen 1 remakes. I mean, even comparing Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to Gen 1 and then the Gen 1 remakes from Gen 3, it's totally different gameplays. Each game has its own feel to it, and I do appreciate that, but I do feel like a lot of people, Gen 4 remakes, it really didn't add much from, you know, much different from what came before. So my thing is, if they are going to do a Black and White remake, I do hope that they do have something to kind of set it apart. Because, I mean, this is already an amazing game, but if you're not adding something to set it apart from what came before, then why go back to Unova? Well, I feel like they should have some sort of angle that they could bring forth just to, you know, make it feel a little bit different. Anyway, we've got that taken care of. We're going to go up here. I do believe there's one more gym trainer before finding, you know, the final gym battle here. Now, I do believe it's actually this fellow right here. Now, this guy, I do believe, would have a Vanillish and a Cupchew. I haven't really seen that much as a threat towards us. I mean, Embor here has just been cutting through everything. I mean, of course, he's kind of taken a few hits here and there. But, I mean, I have not had to stop to heal up once. And, of course, I will heal up before taking on the gym. But I do think that, as it stands, we should be fine. I do think it might be time to put Brick Break on Jalapeno. Pineapple's at level 39. I really want Pineapple to evolve. That's why I'm letting it over level. Just so I can have that thing evolve. Because once it evolves, it's going to actually be a lot more useful to my team. Oh, yes. And here it is. The Pineapple is finally evolving. And you know what that means? I could actually evolve it into its final form anytime I want. Because I do have a Thunderstone. And that is what it will take to do that. But I mean, just take a moment. Look at this thing. We have an Electric. Wants to learn Crunch. Well, yes. You are my physical attacking electric type. Crunch is way better than Tackle. And there it is. There's the evolution we've been waiting for. So that means... I'm going to go ahead and heal up real quick. I think that means we are ready. And I think, honestly, I think we're good to take this item. Give it to Durian. Durian just needs a little bit more. And it's fully evolved. And then we're just waiting on one last evolution. But before we do that, let's go ahead and walk our way to this final challenge for Icarus City. Alright, and there he is, Brycen! Alright, so it would have made sense to go ahead and teach Brick Break, but, you know, I'm already here. Hopefully we can still do this. And there's actually one Pokemon that maybe if we one-shot, we don't have to worry about Brick Breaking. But he's going to lead off with Vanillish. This is pure... His whole team is pure ice. So, you know, your fire, rock moves like that is going to do amazing. This thing knows the move Mirror Shot, Acid Armor, Frost Breath, and Astonish. Frost Breath always does crits. Acid Armor boosts its defense. Mirror Shot is a Steel type move, just to give it some coverage. And then Astonish, Ghost type, it does very little damage. This is actually his ace Pokemon, Beartic. I'm surprised he's jumped into it so soon. But this thing knows Slash, Brine, Icicle Crash, and Swagger. So I'm going to go ahead and Heat Crash. Maybe if I can one-shot it, I don't have to worry about that Brine hitting me. Brine does give it a Water-type move. But really, Beartic's special attack is garbage. So Icicle Crash is more likely going to be its main go-to. Swagger, of course, is going to confuse me. And, you know, of course, with my MrChabry luck, every time I flip a coin, it lands on arm instead of heads or tails. Always does that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and finally power through and finish this thing off. Brine, luckily, not doing enough to knock us out. And that leaves his Cryogonal. Jalapeno level 38. Wants to learn Assurance again? No. You've got a good moveset. You don't need to lower your standards there. Psych Up. No. Psych Up does do good in certain situations, but you have to be facing someone that's actively setting up their Pokemon. This Cryogonal has Reflect, Aurora Beam, Frost Breath, Rapid Spin. It'll try to... Rapid Spin could take away any of your Stealth Rocks you've set up, but more likely you haven't done that. Really, Reflect is just kind of annoying. That's kind of what I was thinking of having Brick Break for. It's there to boost its frail defenses, but instead of going for that, it just tried to go for an Aurora Beam on me. Really, Brycen here, knowing that there's nothing he could actually do. So easily demolished. Easily demolished. Alright, so I have 7 badges now. And that means we are preparing for the in-game portion of the game. And I do think we should go ahead and step out this way. You can slide down this slide, and here it is, just showing off the power that the DS had near the end of its life cycle. Giving you an idea of what can be done. And we step out here to see Bianca and Sharon. And Sharon's kind of still dealing with his existential crisis. He's like, have I even gotten stronger? Bianca's like, you know, what am I actually searching for? And then Brycen's like, who are you two? And he's like confused. Oh, and here we go. These are the Shadow Triad. We've already seen them. They work with Team Plasma, and they are wanting us to come to Dragon Spiral Tower. Really probably wanting me to go, but of course, I don't know. Brycen decided to step outside at the exact right time to witness that. More likely, he could have just stayed in there and not even known. But now, our main mission is to head towards Dragon Spiral Tower. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to head north and figure out what's going on up there. What is N doing? He's just chilling out or something? I don't know what he's up to. So yeah. And we haven't seen Team Plasma in a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean since the previous badge. It's like every time we received a badge, Team Plasma was there to gawk or whatever they do. Well, now we finally see them again. It's been a while, you know. It's like, what have they been up to? Let's go catch up. So yeah, here's Professor Juniper's father, the other Professor Juniper. And he happens to be at the right place at the right time as well. Everyone's here waiting to, you know, understand what's happening at Dragon Spiral. What's Team Plasma really up to? I'm confused. Aren't you confused? He says he feels safer about what's going on, and he's going to give us the old gâteau. It's like an old cake, I believe. You know, so now he asks the question, what could they be after? And I have the same questions myself. What is Team Plasma cooking in here? And that's something that we're going to find out in the next episode. Anyway, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next Pokemon video.